Can you believe how much has changed in the short time since we all gathered in person? Just at church, we've launched our online worship services, called a digital session meeting even, and started offering these Friday videos for members of the clergy and staff. And I'm sure it's not just the church programming that has changed in all of your lives. Of course, everyone's experiences with this situation is different, but I bet that one thing is true for each of you. All of us, in some way or another, are finding ourselves in new routines, new schedules, a new normal even. My schedule now looks like this. I jump out of bed right at about 7 in the morning, and I half run, half stumble to the kitchen to get that much needed coffee going. By the time the water's boiling, I've already switched on Hoda, and I'm listening carefully to everything that she has to say about this. I watch her with Savannah and their guests for a couple of hours, and finally, around cup number 3 of coffee, I'm awake. And I realize we're in the middle of a pandemic. It's about that time that my anxiety is fully awake too. At just about 9, my husband and I take our places at the table, laptops at ready to connect, log on, and begin our digital workday. But there's something else about my new routine, my new schedule, that's really interesting to me. There's a neighbor right across the way. He's not there right now. He may be still sleeping or having breakfast, but I can see him quite clearly from my 3rd floor apartment. He's almost always there in his garden level storefront window, looking out onto the streets of Williamsburg. I've been watching him each day for almost 2 weeks, and I know how that sounds, but I promise I'm not a creeper. There's just not much else to watch once the Today Show concludes. He's elderly, with gray hair and mustache. I've never seen him leave his home. He's just there, off and on, from sunrise to sunset, elbows on his sill, one fist balled, bolstering his head. His nose is pressed against the glass panes of his window. He's not wanting to miss a thing. For instance, I'll look over during an online worship planning meeting, because that's now a regular part of my life, and I'll see him waving excitedly with his free hand, not at me, I think, but at neighbors hurrying past, who almost always wave back in recognition. He blows kisses at the local pets on walks with their owners. He doesn't seem to miss a thing. He is present for any and all types of connections that he's able to find. Sure, he's not physically present with these folks he engages. He's not running off down to the bodega to grab lunch with a friend. He's not running out for a hug. He's being responsible, staying inside and keeping social distance from others. But as far as I can tell from what I've observed, his social distancing has not been socially withdrawing. He's just found a new way to engage. Friends, the church is doing everything we can to bring community, to bring good news, and to bring church to you in your homes. Besides our digital worship services, next Friday we premiere our very first online concert at April 3rd, 7 p.m. We're taking the Lenten spiritual practices and Credo online as well. You see, there are so many ways to be spiritually fed, to get involved, to stay connected with your family of faith even now. But at least for a while, you've got to be willing to try some new things, to find a new routine and commit yourself to camping out in front of your window, or in our case, a screen. If you aren't sure where to start, just email us at congregationalcare@fapc.org. Be well.